Sorry.
No, I'm the wrong me. I should be the other me.
Okay. We're starting off rough, you guys. Oh, welcome in to Redacted News. I am your news anchor, Dodo Queen. I will demolish everyone with my roly-poly self. Who be you, sir?
I am the news dork known as a Dorkasarus Rex, and we are here with Redacted News. All the news fit to redact.
BBC News, April 4th, 2025. Russell Brand charged with rape and sexual assault. Russell Brand has been charged with rape, indecent assault, and sexual assault between 1999 and 2005. The charges relate to 4 separate women. Brand has been interviewed multiple times by police since an investigation by Sunday Times, The Times, and Channel 4 dispatches in September 2023 revealed multiple serious allegations against him. In a new video posted on X this afternoon, Brand said, "What I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity." He added, "I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I am incredibly grateful for that." In a short statement, the Metropolitan Police said it had written to Brand to inform him that he was being charged with 1 allegation of rape, 1 allegation of indecent assault, 1 of oral rape, and 2 further counts of sexual assault. The force said it is alleged that in 1999, a woman was raped in the Barnmouth area. In 2001, a woman was indecently assaulted in Westminster area of London. In 2004, a woman was orally raped and sexually assaulted in the Westminster area of London. Between 2004 and 2005, a woman was sexually assaulted in Westminster area of London. Brand has been told to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on May 2nd. In February, a civil case for personal injury and sexual abuse was lodged against Brand at the High Court in London by an anonymous woman referred to in court documents as AGX. Indecently?
Yeah, because it was called indecent rape.
Oh, okay.
Right? Is that what it was called?
Was indecently.
Oh, decent assault.
Yeah.
This is why I think they're UK specific things that don't exist here in America, because what's indecent assault? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's your turn, Dronathan.
From the AP News, April 4th, 2025, markets plunge with S&P down 6% and the Dow down 2,200 points after China retaliates against Trump tariffs. Wall Street's worst crisis since COVID slammed into a higher gear Friday, as the S&P 500 lost 6% after China matched President Trump's big raise in tariffs announced earlier this week. The move increased the stakes in the trade war that could end with a recession that hurts everyone. Not even a better-than-expected report in the U.S. job market, which is usually the economic highlight of the month, was enough to stop the slide. The drop closed worst week for the S&P 500 since March 2020, when the pandemic ripped through the global economy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged 2,231 points, or a 5.5%, and the Nasdaq Composite tumbled 5.8% to pull more than over 20% below its record set in December. So far, there have been few, if any, winners in financial markets from the trade war. Stocks for all but 14 of the 500 companies within the S&P 500 index fell Friday. The price of crude oil tumbled to its lowest level since 2021. Other basic building blocks for economic growth, such as copper, also saw prices slide on worries the trade war will weaken the global economy. China's response to U.S. tariffs caused an immediate acceleration of losses in market worldwide. The Commerce Ministry in Beijing said it would respond to the 34% tariffs imposed by the U.S. on imports from China with its own 34% tariff on imports to all U.S. products beginning April 10th. I want to like slam my hands as I do that, like I'm angry on their behalf.
Right.
Oh, tariff us, we'll tariff you. The United States and China are the world's two largest economies. Markets briefly recovered some of their losses after the release of Friday morning's U.S. job reports, which said employers accelerated their hiring by more last month than economists expected. It's the largest signal that the U.S. job market has remained relatively solid through the start of 2025, and it's been a linchpin in keeping the U.S. economy out of a recession. But that jobs data was backwards looking, and the fear hitting financial markets is about what's to come.
But tell me what are your thoughts, sir, about the tariffs?
I think they're going to make everything we fucking buy like way more expensive. So it's like, I want to get a computer. Oh, it was $800 last month. What's 35% of 800? Well, it's that much now. And that kind of fucking sucks.
They should just say that they're going to have a larger federal tax at this point. You
My
know?
thing is, he's all like, "Oh, and these taxes are going to bring in tons of money to pay the deficit down." Is that true? Is anyone actually tracking what's going to happen with this money? Or, like, is it all going to get hidden, you know? Not to be a conspiracy theorist. Oh,
But
shit. Am I becoming a conspiracy
Yes,
theorist?
this presidency has made me into one. But my question is, what are they going to do with the $5 million paid citizenship, you know?
Oh, that gold card?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you guys seen it? It has it looks like a express card. Like
American Express.
Yeah, American Express card, but it has Trump and the like Statue of Liberty behind it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
And he's like, people will pay $5 million and they will bring business here. This one pundit I was listening to said all it's going to bring is money launderers.
Icy Hayes says, hasn't 100 people have already purchased it?
Yeah, 100 criminals probably,
But
for
then
all we know.
But again, what are they doing with the fucking money? I think that's one of those ones that you have to look into articles later on, Drum, because I'm a little curious on where the money's going to, because I don't. I mean, you would think that he would be bragging that he's getting rid of our debt.
Deficit, yeah.
But he hasn't really
that.
said any. When he was showing off the card, he seems like he's going to die soon.
No,
he sounds really fucking old in a weird way.
No, he's been starting to sound that way over the last like 2 months.
Yeah,
like since he took the presidency over, he like really like declined.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, no.
And,
well, being the president fucking ages you. It doesn't matter who you are, dude. That's like entropy. You can't get away from that.
Yeah.
So like, if he was already 79 when he started the job, he's got to be at least 90 by now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, you guys. The next article is another one on tariffs, so buckle up, buckaroos.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
CNN Business News, April 4th, 2025. Jerome Powell warns on Trump's tariffs. High inflation could be here to stay. Inflation is likely to pick up because of President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs and could remain elevated, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said Friday. We face a highly uncertain outlook with elevated risks of both higher unemployment and higher inflation, he said at an event just outside Washington, D.C. While tariffs are highly likely to generate at least a temporary rise in inflation, it is also possible that the effects could be more persistent. Powell's latest comment comes just days after the Trump administration unveiled the sharpest ever escalation in U.S. tariffs on data going back 200 years, Fitch Rating told CNN. ever steeper than the expansive tariff deployed under the Smoot-Hawley Act of 1930. A 10% tariff on all U.S. imports will go into effect on Saturday, with even higher tariffs slated for April 9th. Trump's tariffs were worse than feared, triggering a global stock market sell-off this week. Economists at JP Morgan now sees global recession odds at 60% if the tariffs are kept in place. Various forecasters are projecting consumer prices, especially for cars, to ratchet higher this year. Trump's risky bet to rectify trade imbalances and bring back production to the U.S. could send the economy barreling towards stagflation, a toxic combination of stagnant economic growth and rising unemployment coupled with accelerating inflation. The Fed would have to tackle the two-headed beast head-on, just like it did in the 1970s with the Great Inflation. The Fed is in a tough spot with inflation set to accelerate and the economy poised to slow. Kathy Bozjatic, a chief economist at Nationwide, said in an analyst note Friday. Shortly before Powell's speech, Trump, in a post on his social media platform, called on the Fed to lower borrowing costs, accusing the central bank leader of playing politics. This would be a perfect time for Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to cut interest rates, Trump wrote.
Yeah. If things get more expensive, they can't cut interest rates because then people will borrow a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And they're gonna, spend it in the economy because that's what they're borrowing a lot of it for. And they're not gonna be able to pay it back. So even if interest rates are low, people are gonna start defaulting because prices are just going up and wages are not. That's my opinion.
Icy Hayes says, don't worry, Trump will blame interest rates on Biden.
Oh, Biden, why did you do this? You got in that time machine and you came to 2025 and you fucked it up for us.
Exactly.
Oh, God. For a final story, on a lighter note, I guess maybe not. From Wired, April 2nd, 2025, in search of the wild lost axolotls. Using environmental DNA analysis and traditional fishing techniques, researchers are seeking answers about the current population of axolotls in their natural habitat. The numbers are alarming. Axolotls are critically endangered. According to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, these aquatic creatures, which are a national symbol and featured on the Mexico's 50 peso bill, which were once considered divine entities, are at extremely high risk of extinction in the wild. The figures tell it best. In 1998, there were 6,000 axolotls per square kilometer in their natural habitat in the district of Xochimilco in the south of Mexico City. By 2004, that figure had fallen to just 1,000, and by 2008, it was only 100. A 2014 census of Mexico's wild axolotl population found only 36 of the creatures. Now, a decade later, a new survey is underway. Xochimilco is home to the remnants of a vast canal network built by the Aztecs and is a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization World Historical Site, though the district is facing ecological deterioration as a result of increasing urbanization. Everything indicates that for the axolotl, the countdown to extinction continues. But there is one last hope. Scientists from the Ecological Restoration Laboratory at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, who are in charge of the axolotl census, are seeking to reverse this trend and conserve one of the oldest terrestrial vertebrates on the planet. The objective of the census is to know the current status of the axolotl population, says Luis Zambarno, the project leader and founder of the Ecological Restoration Laboratory. Public sightings are important, he says, but to be sure of their existence in the wild, there needs to be evidence. And armed with the confirmation that axolotls are still present in Xochimilco, and with an estimate of how many, the researchers are planning to run campaigns to combat misinformation about the species and to guide conservation, and also to bolster the wild population by releasing reared individuals. The final result of the survey will be published in the first half of 2025, and a new count is planned for 2026. Wired witnessed firsthand how scientists Vanya Mendoza, Vivian Crespo, and Paulo Cervantes, together with local villagers like Basilio Rodriguez, conducted the census. They used traditional fishing techniques along with an innovative method such as environmental DNA analysis, where the species can be traced by hunting for DNA it sheds in its surrounding habitat.
So are they just not breeding, or are they getting killed by the climate change? Do you know?
It must be climate change, because I think they're one of those really sensitive, like the dodos, like your people.
Oh, don't talk about my people. They're bringing back my people.
They're in one place. And it said here there's the areas that they're kind of in is getting deteriorated by urbanization. So it could just be just general human interference. But I'm sure climate change must play a part in it, because aren't they like an ancient species?
And then Green Queen says, or water conditions in general. Oh, yeah. Possibly water conditions, yeah.
Well, I would say the ocean is slightly polluted.
Just a smidge. 50's like many factors that boil down to it's our fault. Well, it usually isn't it?
I mean,
we're the great killers.
How can it not be? We're kind of like, we're crazy.
Okay, but that's the news, you guys.
That's the news.
I sent Joan like a bunch of different ones. It seems like news has been aplenty, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of like have a lot to choose from.
Yeah, so... but that's it for news, right?
That's it for the news. We appreciate you being here for it.